Bourbon Street was reopened just hours ago for the first time since the attack. This is a live look there in New Orleans. You can see just a few pedestrians strolling down the street there. New increased security measures are in place. Flowers were seen against a wall there on Bourbon Street to honor those who were killed. Police, of course, are still on hand in great numbers to monitor the area and the tourists.
We now know the identities of 8 of the New Orleans victims: Tiger Besh, Nicole Perez, Nakira Dido, Hubert Gothrow, Matthew Tenario, Kareem Badawi, Reggie Hunter, and Drew Dauphin all died in the attack. The names of the other 6 have not yet been released.
Sports director Ben Bobick is in New Orleans, originally there to cover the Sugar Bowl, but since the attack has been providing some great updates on what's going on around the city and on Bourbon Street.
Ben, take us through the enhanced security measures you spotted today in advance of the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, guys, we took a media shuttle over here pretty early. We've been here for about 6 hours now. It's probably around 11 a.m. We all shuttled over here, and it was a lot of the members of the media, so it took us a good bit to get through security, just because it sort of looks like airport security when you come in, especially with a lot of us coming in with equipment. Now, I did talk to a couple other media members who weren't on that first bus that actually were stopped by Homeland Security a few blocks from the stadium, and they actually had to walk a few blocks to get to the media entrance, because that's sort of what it looked like outside, and you could sort of see the fans, trickling in as closer to kickoff, and it definitely took you could tell it took a little bit more time for the fans to get in, because it didn't start to fill up until closer to kickoff. But as you're seeing some of this video now of kind of what it looked like for us, obviously plenty of media members in their stuff, and they really did a good job. There was a bomb sniffing dog outside the stadium before we came in, but that's sort of normal for big time games like this. So I think the fact that we got here so early, which was a big deal for us, obviously we needed to get set up for today's festivities and coverage and all that good stuff. But that was one thing I did hear from the media, was that there was Homeland Security out there on one of the buses, and they were forced to walk a little bit. And I'm sure a lot of the fans, at least the ones that decided to come in early, definitely did so. But there was a slight trickle, if you will, as opposed to other games. Definitely a lot of fans coming in closer to kickoff with some added security members here for the Sugar Bowl. So we're going to stay here. It is halftime of the game. Notre Dame actually has a 10-point lead over the Georgia Bulldogs. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about the game in the first half coming up a little bit later in sports. But security definitely on high alert here, and for a good reason. Live inside the Superdome in New Orleans, Ben Bobick, Local 3 News.